Good morning, good morning. Today we are bringing back the vlog. Jeff Wu here, just got in from San Francisco. We are in Anaheim, Orange County. If you pan the backdrop here, we got the beautiful ocean, we got the marina, we got boats out. But we are here in town because my guy Jake Paul is fighting tonight. He's fighting Cesar Chavez Jr. I've been to so many of these fights. It's half work obligation, half me being a fan to my guy Jake. You know, one thing that we joke about all the time is that one, it's always exciting. You always got to be amped up on that thin knife's edge of being excited and amped and scared and all the emotions of getting to an actual fist fight, a pugilistic competition. But it's also one of many. I know for Jake, this is just a step, a milestone on his path to world champion. You don't want to overhype it either. That's something that elite athletes have to deal with, but also something that entrepreneurs, venture capitalists, everyday people should be thinking about as well. How do we get excited every single day to do the best job we can, but also have that confidence, have that calm that we are just sitting down doing what we know we can do. That's what I meditate about myself personally all the time. And I tell myself, if I just do what I know I'm capable of doing, I will have the results I know I'm capable of achieving. But you can't get complacent. So be amped up, be a little bit scared, be a little bit excited. But on the other hand, how do you stay calm, relaxed, focused? Because it's just another day in the park. As my typical vlogs, I'm gonna take you along for today. Should be a great event. Got some cool people coming along. As you know, we always mix business with pleasure. And I'm gonna take you behind the scenes of how big business is done in the anti-fun, in the Jeff Wu ecosystem.
Jeff is like the plug.
This guy's a genius.
Gotta actually eat L's along the way.
I can be helpful, let me know.
Business.
Jeffrey's mic'd up.
So I saw you guys just invested in Cluey. Fill me in on that and tell the viewers what you're liking about them and where you see it going.
100%. So if you haven't been on the internet, you should check out Cluey Roy Lee. He got kicked out of Colombia for building a cheating app to cheat on coding interviews for big tech companies. So he built a cheating app that got him job offers from the Amazons of the world. It broke school policy, got kicked out, and he's been on a tear on marketing, building the cheating app for life, which is more proper enterprise sales, venture capital, palatable terms. He's really building an AI desktop assistant. Think a granola competitor, think a Firefly's competitor. Really interesting story. The marketing is on point. We connected literally a week ago. Andreessen Horowitz seed round just announced. I DM Roy, and I was just like, yo, great troll marketing. And we just start going back and forth. It was a Friday. I was like, hey, you guys work on Saturday? I'll pull up. And he's like, yeah, we're always working. We live in the office. I'm like, bet. Let's check it out. Let's meet and let's talk business. I think with these early stage venture ideas, when you see this lightning in a bottle ability to attract attention underneath the hood, I think the team is self-aware. I think the team is executing really, really quickly. So that slope of acceleration is really, really high. Company is like a couple months old, so the product is knowingly very raw. They've won the internet over the last couple months. That is something that you want to see in early stage startups because it's much more commonplace to see a milquetoast blend of being okay at marketing, okay at engineering, okay at storytelling, okay at design. That is less interesting to a venture capitalist than super spiky on marketing and having a raw slash shitty slash okay product, but having that insane product velocity. That's what Cluey was, right? Roy is literally the best marketer on the internet right now, and their product, and they're self-aware about it, was originally quite scrappy, quite MVP, but improving really, really quickly. They just had a great product announcement on their next iteration, the proper launch of their product, which is a proper desktop AI assistant. Within 30 minutes, I knew we had to get involved with anti-fund. We actually expanded the A16Z round by a non-trivial amount. We jammed in there. I think Roy saw that anti-fund, we're the best venture capital fund that understands attention. They're obviously winning in attention. It obviously helps when you have a great track record, a great brand as a venture capitalist like we do at Anti-Fund. So easy deal to get done. Had to get the lawyers on it. Boom, wired in the next couple of days. And now we're in business with Cluey. So that's the speed that I like to operate at. Move quickly. It's okay if it's a little bit raw, but all you need to see is ambition, execution, and speed. That's the formula for startups. Won't steal Roy's thunder, won't steal the Cluey's team's thunder, but obviously I think they have a very funny, interesting product roadmap and marketing roadmap in the coming months. So tune in on Anti-Fund, tune in on the Cluey show. It'll be a shit show / hilarious / maybe $1 trillion company in the making. Who knows? We'll find out.
You mentioned them working on a Saturday and popping in the office. What was the culture like there? What were they working on? Were they working on the consumer product? Were they trying to upgrade it so they can keep customers sticking around? Or
Yeah, I think the team is bifurcated into two types of people. Either you're an engineer and you're building the software, or you're a content creator that's meme lording Cluely content and clipping and going apeshit crazy. So I think one of the funny things they are doing is that they're literally hiring 50 summer interns, and their job is to make at least 4 TikToks a day. So 4 times 50 is 200 TikToks a day, 7 days a week, and they're just paying room and board, and they basically have a hacker house, frat house vibe going on in their little office, where I think some of the team is sleeping there. So just like a 24/7 code fest slash meme clip TikTok fest, because it reminds me of essentially bolting on a TikTok content house, like a Team 10 Jake Paul content house, to an AI software product. I want to see that experiment play out. Like, maybe that's actually the best business model to monetize a content house versus doing brand deals and being an influencer. It's an interesting, opinionated play of how to do marketing, how to do consumer acquisition in 2025. One of the things that Anti-Fund is really good at is that we are very comfortable with controversy. We're very comfortable with haters and lovers. One of the things I think a lot about is the absolute value of emotion that you can command as a company, as an individual. I think in this day and age, the worst thing you can be is milquetoast mediocre in the middle, which is like, hey, I don't know about you, or I have no opinion about you. It's much better to be hated or loved. Obviously, I would rather be loved, but if I have a ton of haters, I will take it too, because I am driving an absolute value of emotion that's changing and actually impacting people's lives. And there's so much noise in the world that if you have enough signal to engender emotion, that's very powerful. That's very scarce. If you can trigger that level of emotion, it is actually quite possible and very doable to flip that hate, that -10 emotion, into a +10 love. It's actually much more challenging to go from 0.1 love to 10 love. Better to be -10 hated than +0.1 loved, because it is easier for you to go from -10 and flip to +10 than go from the slow, dirty grind of 0.1 to 5 to 7 to 8 to 10.
what's advice for someone to break through that is just mediocre? You know, they've tried a startup or two. You know, they're feeling discouraged. They haven't raised any money. Maybe had a small family round check, family friends, but they haven't had any success. And they're just like, I hear you, but how do I actually like get started? And how do I even become hated?
That's the $1 billion question. Every big thing starts small. So you need to figure out something that you think can be really big, but it is small enough where only a few people know about it, and you can have the best opinion, the best concept, the best execution of that small idea that's actually a large idea. I think that's the simplest way to put it. You have figured out something that is small now, but is actually very, very large, and you have the smartest, most in-depth, most opinionated articulation of what that is.
So what are some of the other deals that you're super excited about? Some of the recent ones that you guys have invested in other than Cluely?
One of the things that becomes very clear when I talk to institutional LPs, allocators, other GPs, other founders, is that we're very different from your typical classic celebrity fund, because celebrity funds are a joke in industry. Everyone thinks that they're dumb money bags. Celebrities don't actually know business. They're actually thoughtful. It's not really even run by them. It's run by their lawyers and business managers who are Hollywood people, right? Like, what does a Hollywood movie manager know anything about venture capital and building a company? And that's why the historical returns for all these celebrity funds are shit. I take it as a point of pride that I have impeccable Silicon Valley credentials, top of class in the Stanford Computer Science program, YC summer 2011, sold my first business and made enough money to not give a fuck and be retired before I turned 24. Because we have the cultural platform, because in my partner Jake Paul, we have one of the most influential humans on planet Earth, and we are tapped into culture. I think what I'm really excited about is this like intersection between tech and culture, and we're right in the middle of it. And through culture, through capital, through tech, we can really change the world. So that's what I'm obsessed about. Some of my favorite investments include Anduril. I just have heard from so many friends that literally TikTok is pitching Anduril as the next big stock to invest in. We invested in the $7 billion round, and now it's valued at 30 billion plus. Very excited to keep compounding, investing more into Anduril. I think this will be a $1 trillion company. That thing will compound forever. It is inevitable to have autonomous weapon systems, and the team is the best in the world. If they continue executing and continue doing the hard work and good work that they do, it'll be a successful business. And as a proud American, I want America to have the best weapons in the world. So to me, it's a dual use, dual purpose investment. Believe in the mission. I think America should continue to be the best technologically advanced nation with the best weapons, and that will be autonomous weapon systems. And then two, if we can make some money off of it, very easy to deploy our capital to support that mission. So that is, I think, like the peak type of investment that I love doing. I heard of physical intelligence or cognition. Physical intelligence is a top robotics foundational model. How do you have robots navigate a 3D world? Well, you need a special model to do that. And that's what PI, physical intelligence, is working on. Cognition has built the first autonomous software engineer. They're growing really quickly, a very competitive space, but they have one of the best teams in the world doing it. Like, I think 10 plus IOI gold medals on the founding team alone. So they got some of the best programming talent in the world, making better computer programmers to go replace themselves like that. Spending a lot of time on archive.com, founded by my guy Paul Benagiri. You've seen in some of my content. Your Stanford classmates, graduated his CS degree within 3 years. He was mining Bitcoin in the dorm, and that was how he's paying his college bills. So just one of the scrappiest, hardest working, most ambitious people I know. Archive.com is building agentic marketing for brands. So some of the biggest brands in the world have 6-figure contracts with us to grow and understand their creator audience, influencer audience, and just growing really, really quickly. So if you run a brand, check out archive.com. It's the most exciting, fastest growing, most powerful tool to grow your community, to grow your creators, to grow your influencers. And if you're not doing influencer marketing, not doing creator marketing in 2025, you're doing business wrong. Like, get with the times. But I think on the other hand, like, we still like doing more of the celebrity deal stuff. We were one of the first investors in Cloud, Khloe Kardashian's popcorn brand. That's doing really well. We're investors in Happy Dad, Kyle, John Shahidi, Nelk Boys, Josh Singh. He's a great operator. Those guys are crushing it. I don't drink much alcohol, but when there is a seltzer around, a Happy Dad is my go-to pick. Gotta make the plug. Anything that's changing the world technologically, or anything that's changing the world from a cultural perspective, is within scope for Anti-Fund. That's personally most motivating for me, and also from a return profile. The things that change the world are oftentimes the best businesses.
What about that nice looking bottle on the desk you got there? I don't think I've seen that pink and yellow. Is that a new flavor, or what am I seeing?
Yes, of course, Ketone-IQ. This is my baby. Michael Brand and I, another Stanford homie, one of my best friends. We got super into biohacking, and we have the leading ketone drink in the world. We're literally the industry leaders. We invented the category. So think of this as a 5-hour energy killer. That's just caffeine. It just pretends to give you energy, right? It just tricks your brain into feeling not tired. Ketones actually are superior fuel for your brain and body. So it's not just doping your brain to think it's not tired. This actually gives you superior energy. And if you tried this before, it's notorious for tasting like jet fuel, notorious for tasting really bad. This actually tastes awesome. This is raspberry lemonade. We have a green apple version. I'll give you some juice. Launching Target nationwide, launching 7-Eleven nationwide in the coming months. So this thing is ripping. And you literally, within the next 6 months, next year, if we're on track, you will not be able to go to your favorite grocery store or retailer and not find Ketone-IQ. Heard it here first. John Jones retired from the UFC to join Ketone-IQ as Chief Performance Officer. A big next chapter in John going from an athlete to a business mogul. We're going to crush it together. You might have seen Stephen Bartlett, the host of the Diary of a CEO podcast. He recently came on board as an investor, co-owner. He was talking to so many of the top metabolic biochemists and realized that ketones, without even a business deal in the discussion, was something he was genuinely interested in. And when he tried the product, he loved it. Like, his entire team is all over Ketone-IQ now. So we love these types of organic partnerships where you fuck with the product. There's an overlap of mission and purpose. Let's do business together. Sometimes I'm too lazy to make content, but when Devin's here, it's good vibes actually. Like sometimes I'm just like pretty misanthropic actually. I think this is like like it's actually real. Like sometimes like yo, I just don't want anybody around. But Devin's a great team member, man.
Appreciate
Good
that.
vibes. No, like just genuinely, I'm just like sometimes it's like oh fuck, I gotta fucking make content, and it's like oh okay, Devin's here. All right, good vibes. Start riffing, right? Like this is like super chill, like no prep. Hey, let's talk about business. Ask questions that you're curious about. What do you think the audience is interested in? Boom, and we're efficient with it. So let's like make our content feel more like a live stream, and then maybe we actually live stream this stuff, like listen in on phone calls with VCs, listen in on phone calls with billionaires, listen in on phone conversations with founders. Would that be sick? Like I think that's the future.
Yeah, that could be cool. Let us know in the comments if that's something that you want, because we can definitely make that happen.
Cool. I always like getting a light sweat in. So let's head to the gym, get our morning workout done. If it's fight night, other people are sweating. We as spectators and fans should also get our own sweat in, because I hate being just a lazy consumer of other people's hard work and product. We always got to be making our own product. So let's get our own sweat in, guys. Never just be a watcher. Always participate.
Thank you so much. Good to meet you.
Devin, nice to meet you. How you doing?
What up?
See the W squad, so pumped with our interns. They're gonna have a blast this summer, and I think this will be a new playbook for consumer brands, but just generally in marketing. And now we got dinner too. So co-hosting an anti-fun dinner with Joy Levy, the founder CEO of Better, another one of our business partners. Should be fun. Take you guys to it. Center, epic sold out crowd. We have a great group with us, great atmosphere. Let's enjoy some fights tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Jake Delgado.
All right, an epic end, epic night, epic day really. And thank you, Jake, for bringing everyone together. We'll do it again soon. Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Appreciate your support. Tune in for the next one.